Alright, so I'm back, and today I just wanted to do an update on the giveaways. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about the legality of the giveaways. Raffles, lottery, gambling, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people asking that. Mostly because of two other YouTubers that were doing it as well. Now, I can't even remember one of them's name. The other one was Shartimus. And to be completely honest, I don't watch either one of these people, so I don't know them. I don't know anything about them. I took the idea from someone else, T2RXX, and I let him know that I was doing it. I don't think he's ever done it himself, but. So, anyway, the way that they were doing it was... the first guy I don't know. The Shartimus one, because I watched his update video the other day, that he posted the other day. I watched that last night. And the way he was doing it was definitely on the illegal side. So a lot of people were asking me, how am I able to get away with it? It's illegal, blah, blah, blah. Now, and I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, Shartimus, one, ruined it for us, or two, he was, deliberately doing something illegally. He obviously didn't know, so, no ill to that. He can continue doing whatever he is doing. And I really don't think he took the idea from me. He probably just came up with the idea itself. Anyway, nothing against him. He seems like a stand-up guy. He was pretty straightforward and pretty open about everything. So, whatever. And he's refunding everybody too. So, now that all of that, all the legal questions, this and that, has brought me to a decision. So as of July 31st, I will be. We've got we have 3 giveaways that are currently active. One was Skyfire, which has been successfully funded. He's actually here now. I would be doing the giveaway for him if it wasn't for this video. And then we have Tripticon, which is almost fully funded, and the Toy World Devastator, which is about halfway funded. Now, I'm going to give those until the end of the month. At the end of the month, if they're not fully funded, then I'm going to refund people all the money, and we're going to just cancel. And from that point on, the giveaways will continue. Because I'm not breaking a law. I looked into it a lot, and there's a few things that we're going to be changing with the giveaways. But there's no law being broken here, so, to hell with it. Let's keep going, because this is the one thing that I do that no one else seems to be able to do successfully, and legally. So, I think even Optibotimus does it through his Patreon, which technically that's illegal. Where, you're enticing somebody to send you money, and then at the end of it, you're like, okay, I'm going to, give something away, but I'm going to keep the rest of the proceeds myself. That right there, my friends, that's where it's illegal. So right here, I've got a copy of the Colorado Department of Law Attorney General's Office. This is the Department of Revenue Limited Gaming Control Commission. Let's see here. Attorney General, Southers, and Gaming Commissions caution against illegal gambling activities. So, I am in Colorado, so this follows under Colorado state law. So, let's see here. So, in case you guys want to look it up, it's under the Colorado Department of Law Attorney General's Office. So, if anybody's got any questions, it's all right here. You can look it up online. I would put a link below, but I don't care. You can look it up yourself if you don't think it. So, this is what it falls under. On page 2, home poker tournaments and office sports pools are allowed under a social gambling exception under state law. For an activity to be considered social gambling, all participants must have a bona fide social relationship. So I would consider us all friends that have entered into the giveaways, because we all sit there and we chit chat about Transformers all day and all night. I get messages from everybody all day just asking me how I'm doing. We chit chat. I know a lot of you guys. Some of you guys, send me pictures of your kids, showing off, like, I'm not going to name names, but I sold Spider-Gwen to somebody. Shout out to you, you know who you are. And he showed me a picture of his daughter who had it, and she was super happy to have it. It's like, I consider us all friends. It's like some of you guys, I even meet up to do the giveaways, and, we sit there, we bullshit for an hour. So... Matt B. I mean, we're pretty good friends online. I missed him at the TFCon I went to, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to go this year. But anyway, so we're all friends. We talk on my channel, we talk through email, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, continuing on. Meaning that they have an established social relationship, which we do, based upon some other common interest other than the gambling activity. Gee, I wonder what it is that we all have in common that we all talk about. I wonder what that possibly could be. Our hatred for TFC's Predaking. Right? Anyway. And no other than the participants can profit from the game or activity in any manner, such as taking part of the pot in a poker game or sports pool, be compensated for organizing the activity. So in other words, I can't make money and I can't win because I'm organizing the activity. We'll get into that in a second here. Let's see here. On page 3. Okay, question. What is social gambling? A. State law allows social gambling among participants who have a bona fide social relationship and in which all money's wagers go out in prizes. A bona fide social relationship means the parties must have an established social relationship based upon some other common interest other than the gambling activity. Again, Transformers. Marvel Legends. Life. Further, participants cannot directly or indirectly participate in professional gambling, which is defined as aiding or inducing others to engage in gambling with the intent to derive a profit therefrom. This generally means that no one other than the players can profit from the game or activity in any manner. The profit does not need to be direct profit. For example, if a liquor establishment or other commercial enterprise derives increased sales or revenue by attracting customers, even without charging a cover or other direct consideration, as a result of gambling taking place at the business is considered to have profit from the activity, and the activity would no longer fall under social gambling exceptions. Those two criteria, bona fide social relationship and no profit motive, must be present for a gambling activity to be considered legal social gambling. Again, I'm not making this up. This is state law. So, what does that mean? What does that mean for us? So, first off, we got to change a few things on the giveaway so that everyone's clear on certain things. But I also had to change something on the YouTube page. So this right here is my cancellation for my Google AdSense. For those of you that are not aware of what a Google AdSense is, That's what pays you for being on YouTube. So I am no longer monetizing my videos. Oh my god, I am losing about $30 a month. I will not be making any money off the videos. That was one of the only ways that somebody could consider that I'm making profit off of the giveaways, is because the videos of the reviews were monetized, so I was making like a penny off the video. So that is no longer going to be active. So all the previous videos before this were not were monetized. I've shut down the AdSense, so I don't know. I know I can go in and edit every single video one by one to unmonetize them. I don't really want to spend hours doing it because I have a lot of videos up, so I'm not going to do that. That's just not going to happen. But if the videos are still making money, but I'm not making the money, there we go. So I'm not getting paid for that. So what else? So these are going to be the new rules on the giveaways, in inclusion to some of the ones that we have. This is going to update some of them, and once we start the new giveaways, which will be August 1st, I'll have the new rules, what the old rules, blah blah blah. So the cost of the figure will be the total to the nearest $5 rounded down. So if a figure is $99, the total cost of the figure for the giveaways is going to be $95. Because if I round it up to $100, that's $1 extra that I would be making. So we're not going to do that. I will pay that extra $4 if that's the case. In some cases it'll be like $4.99 or 99 cents, whatever. I'll pay the rest of that. No big deal to me. We were going to be taking the shipping fees out of the giveaway. So our goals will be the total cost of the figure, not the total cost of the figure plus the shipping to me and then to the winner. So I will pay the cost of the shipping fees to me, where, most of the time I'm going to try and get free shipping from somebody if I can. And then whoever wins will then, I will send them an exact invoice for the cost of shipping from me to them, and then they will just be responsible for paying for that shipping. So because right now the way I've been doing it is I estimate the shipping cost, and I also have been estimating in the cost of the PayPal fees. So it all kind of balances out. But this way we're calculating it out to the penny, where I will not be making 1 red cent off of this, which is what we want, because we want to continue doing the giveaways. You guys have been so, happy with this, and people have been really ecstatic with with getting the giveaways and winning a figure for $5. That's, $200 figure or whatever. It's my gift to the community to be able to do this. So that brings me to the third point. The payments for the giveaways from now on, starting August 1st, will need to be sent to me rather than me sending the invoice. Because by sending an invoice, then there's the PayPal fees involved. So from now on, you will have to send the money to me via friends and family. That way it's the exact amount to the penny what you're buying, and not me estimating how much PayPal fees are and adding that into the total cost of the figure. That way it's all exact to the penny, and we can be like, okay, well, Joe Smith, he put in $10 for Skyfire. I received $10 for Skyfire. That $10 goes right to Skyfire, and not 1 cent goes to me. Let's see here. Starting August 1st, I'm also going to be finding a way to do a online random name picker. So we'll be getting rid of the tickets. So it'll just be like, click on the button, insert all the names, click the button, and there you go. There's the winner. Just because that will make my life a little easier. Because, I spend money on those little raffle tickets. So, we'll get rid of that. And even though we've all been chatting on YouTube. We've all been chatting on the Facebook page. Just to be extra careful, everyone that's wanting to be a part of the giveaway, go ahead and send me a friend request on my regular Facebook page. Just look me up, John Garinger. There's not many that are there that you'll know me. It's got my face right there. So yeah. To summarize, we're going to continue the giveaways. To hell with everybody else that's getting in legal trouble. I don't do the reviews to make money. On average, every 3 to 4 months, I was making about $100. These other people, we're talking, they're making, thousands of dollars a year on YouTube. Some of them, like, Optobotomists who quit their job because it was paying well enough. Now that the things have changed on YouTube where they're not making as much money, so now they're going into the Patreon and finding ways to try and get people to pay more money for their content. That sounds more like an attack, and that's not what how it meant to sound. But now, just to make things even easier for me, because again, I don't do this for the money at all. I mean, I think over the course of the last 4 or 5 years that I've been doing this, I think I can probably easily say I've made less than $1,000. I mean, that's nothing. So no, I'm not looking to do that. If all of a sudden I end up with like 200,000 subscribers, then I might rethink maybe monetizing the videos. But then at that point, if I'm making that kind of money off the videos, then I might be doing giveaways for free and just be picking names at random. But that's going to be a completely different matter and something that we'll probably never come across because we're at 2,000 subscribers, something like that, which, I'm happy that we have the select few that we have. I'm not going to start begging for money from you guys. I'm not going to start being like, okay, well, we got to do this and this and this. My collection, this is kind of same topic, but a little off topic. My collection, I've changed up quite a bit. I'm kind of over collecting like the G1 style bots and IDW stuff. So I'm just kind of backing off from it for a while. So I'm still going to be doing reviews. I've got a bunch of Marvel Legends stuff coming up because mostly there's not much Transformers coming out that I'm interested in. So the giveaways still give us an opportunity to review something that I otherwise wouldn't purchase because, like, Skyfire, he's awesome, but he doesn't fit my collection at the moment. The Trypticon, he looks awesome. Not going to fit my collection at the moment. Devastator, again, looks awesome. Not going to fit my collection at the moment. I've got Hercules over there. I'm happy with Hercules. Shout out to Matt for hooking me up with Hercules, and shout out to Nick for hooking me up with Predaking. I got two toy TFC Predakings. I got one unique toys Predaking. My goal is to have 2 unique toys Predakings, 2 TFC Predakings, and I'm leaning towards 2 Nero Rexes. But money's tight because I'm putting it somewhere else at the moment. So, but anyway, so the giveaways are going to continue. My collection's doing whatever the hell it wants to do at the moment. And if you guys like the way we're going to do the new giveaways, shoot me a friend request on Facebook, and then we can start talking. Because I like to talk to all you guys. I have a lot of fun talking to all these people from all these different walks of life. There's sometimes where it's just like, oh man, I'm trying to sleep, guys. But ultimately, when I do catch up on messages, I love talking to everybody because I find out, so much stuff. People are always sending me stuff about upcoming figures. Recently, I've been working night graveyards because I don't have any night staff at the hotel. So I've been doing 7 days a week, 10-hour shifts, which I'm perfectly fine with, but I don't have that much time to just sit around and play around Facebook and research new figures coming out. So I've kind of been in the dark. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna keep going because there's no reason to quit because we're not breaking any laws here, at all. I mean, you guys come to my channel to watch my stuff. You know, we chit chat and I don't make any money off of it. So, you know, like I said, you know, if there was some loophole where somebody says, well, technically you're making money off the monetized videos, well, that's done. That's dead now too. So there is no money, no revenue coming to me. This guy's awesome, by the way. I think his review's coming up real soon. But anyway, yeah, Trypticon. Toy World Devastator. Let's try to get it funded by the end of the month. If not, people are going to start getting refunds, and then then the whole page is going to get redesigned. Probably not really designed because I don't have time for that shit. But it's gonna get some update notes on it and stuff. And yeah. So yeah, it's been successful so far. Let's keep it going, right?